And so the first one is Jesperi Kotkaniemi. I keep adding a T. There's no extra T in there, but I keep doing it. I can't not do it. Anyways, gets traded to the Islanders, and from what I can tell, it's for Wally.
Is that the case in this article? Okay.
Which is weird in a certain regard because it seems that he might just be bought out.
Yeah, I think that would be the preferred route for them. He had 27 points this past year, and he is under contract for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more years. Wait, was that right? Yeah, 6. He signed an 8-year deal and has played 2 of them at $4.82 million. A 27-point player. Granted, the year prior was pretty good, had 43 points. A career high, though, has never scored anywhere close to 43 points in any of the seasons that he's played. I know he's young. He's 23 years old, or maybe he's 24 now. He'll turn 24 July 6th, so in another month. No, I don't want to take on someone else's mistake contract.
Not at that rate. If they buy him out, fine. And I get why Carolina would want to buy him out. Their cap hit after the buyout is $835,000 from here for the next 3 years. Then for some reason it drops for the next 3 to $455,000. This is just the cap hit. How much it costs on the cap before jumping back up to 835 through the rest of this. I don't know how long it is. 3-5. So 12 years. So the final 6 years, 835. The first 3, 835. The second 3, 455. Cap hit for Carolina. So I get why they would want to buy him out.
Yeah, they should. They looking at this, that's wild. That's a really nice deal. So it saves them. Looking at savings, essentially $4 million, 3.985 the first 3 years, then 4.365.
Yeah.
And then when he's gone, which is for another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons, $835,000. But in 2031, what is 830? Like, that's going to be probably less than the vet minimum salary. Then I would think.
That's exactly what I had in mind. You're carrying a ghost vet minimum, which sucks. You don't want to be carrying any dead weight whatsoever, but you're freeing up some $4 million to bring in maybe someone who could give you more than 27 points. Now, he is only 23 years old, which is where we get into why the Islanders would ever even consider this. He's only 23. So there's a ton of upside here, potential upside. Very much in the vein of Romanov, which I had said multiple times. I want to bring in someone around the Romanov age, 23, 24, but a proven player. Jesperi is very much unproven. I like his forechecking. I like his size. I like his shithousery. He was a jerk to play against in the playoffs. I like all of that. But at this price tag,
no.
You hope for the buyout, and if not, whatever. On to the next one. I can find another shithouse player.
Yeah, if they buy him out and then they want to bring him in on a 1-year deal, okay, yes. But I don't want to lock myself into 6 years of Kotkaniemi. Even if they retain some money, like, sure, it's lower, but still, that's a 6-year commitment. I'm not ready for that. I don't know what Kotkaniemi is at the NHL. Again, he had a very nice season a couple of years ago, but I don't trust that that's what he is. After a down year this past year, I don't know how you could.
No, exactly. And people are going to point to his underlying numbers being great. But like, when all the underlying numbers are based off of shot volume and grow based off of shot volume, they're always, his on ice numbers are going to be outstanding because he plays for Carolina, who shoots from like their own blue line. You're going to get a .001 expected goals against on that one. And you do that often enough, that's going to accumulate to something. Obviously, they don't always shoot from just there, but the closer you get, the higher the expected goal value goes. And so he's going to get a lot on ice because that's just what they do. So you can't necessarily rely on those numbers to say he's done that, so he will do that going forward for us, because that's not necessarily the case. But all that being said, like, yeah, they can hold money, but if you're Carolina, you hold nothing less than $835,000. Because why would you do that? Right? Like, I'm going to hold 900,000? No. I can hold less by buying him out.
Exactly. Then just buy him out. So it doesn't make sense to trade him and then retain money on it. I don't like it for the Islanders because of how much he's going to count against the cap. Yeah. Like, I like that the only redeeming quality that he has is that he's 23. Yeah. That's where it ends after that, though. If you're young, expensive, and not good, it doesn't push the needle forward for me.
No, young, great. That fills one very important need for sure. Potential, sure, but we can't. We're not in a position. The Islanders, in a position to build off of potential, right? Like, we're trying to add surefire pieces. I know I said before I want to add someone around this age mark, but you still have guys that are this old that are proven that this is what they are going to be going forward. Do we have the assets to get that? Remains to be seen. But that's why I would venture away from this. And then you consider the cost. I understand Oliver Wahlstrom has not played for the Islanders. I know he did, but he didn't play much for the Islanders. They didn't really trust him a whole heck of a lot, and rightfully so when we did see him play. But you're losing that asset for a guy that you could probably get for free.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, doesn't make sense. So that one's a clear no-go for me, and I'm assuming you feel the same way.
Yeah, there are better redeeming qualities to this trade. I will say, like, I get where the writer came from, and this isn't about the specific. I don't want anyone chasing down the writer being like, yeah, they said they didn't like this. They leave them alone. They're trying to do a job. It's perfectly fine.
Just because we don't agree with it, like, yeah, I understand what they're trying to do. I just don't agree with the way that they went about doing it. That's all.
If you like that, make sure to subscribe to Up the Turnpike on Patreon for more exclusive New York Islanders content.